Hello, YouTube. We are A&D Anime Reactions. My name is Alexander,
And I'm Daquan.
and today we are watching My Happy Marriage Season 2, Episode 13. We're finally on the final episode, and some awesome things happened the last time. Usui got shot, which is the hype of the episode for me. Unfortunately, Arta also got shot with a blade. Close enough. Hopefully he survives. He's gonna survive. That still sucks he got hurt. But I'm still curious why exactly he felt the need to betray them in the first place. What was the end goal?
Otherwise, Usui couldn't have won because Kyoko would have been all over that booty.
Like, he didn't even ambush him.
Nope.
The whole point of betrayal is to ambush them when they can't see it coming.
Yep. And instead, he got collateral damage. He was just working out of his emotions. That's what it boiled down
Didn't
to.
he even shout out Usui's name?
Yes. It's like the person who says, surprise attack. He's like, well, it's not a surprise attack if you announce the surprise attack.
Overall, the episode was great, but that's so frustrating to me because it makes the betrayal utterly pointless.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it was still fun to see Kyoko kick ass. It was fun to see.
Yes.
Like,
We saw, also, we saw,
we saw Mio use her domain expansion again.
yes. That's what we're gonna call it right now. Yes,
It
it's
is
our
a-
dream site.
It is a domain expansion. Just be honest. That's what it is. It's a mental one. Or I guess if you watch Fate, it's a Marble Phantasm. No. That's everyone. Noble Phantasm. Anyway, whatever you want to call it, I prefer domain expansion. Anyway, I'm excited to see how this show ends. So let's, without further ado, let us begin. If the video would play.
It shall.
I wanted to honor my mother's wishes and desperately tried to persuade Naoshi Usui,
Oh, now is she?
but it was easier
Yes,
said than
that
done.
is his first name.
In the end, her feelings could not reach him.
No, they did. He was in the afterlife for some reason
A
with
bullet
her.
fired by Mr. Araza.
No, unfortunate.
Mr. Godo led the anti-grotesquerie special unit, and we claim the
I don't know.
army
I think
headquarters
that blood coming from his
consists
nose is
of the gift of
diabolical.
communion.
I still wonder what was the point of giving them grotesquerie
Finally
powers.
put an end to this series of events.
Cause enough chaos to throw people off and infiltrate.
Wait, that side was like just an excuse for him to.
As if none of this had ever happened.
Probably.
My calm, ordinary life returned, as
Huh.
did my peaceful
If you would
mind.
overthrow the current power, right?
But even though I was happy,
Disrupt the
I was
norm.
returned to
Yeah,
efficiency.
you're right.
The
They
great
did. They captured the emperor in order to be able to meet that
power of
request.
Yep.
dream sight cast a looming shadow within my heart.
The darkness.
And now it's time for the opening. Finally.
Yes, we finally have to watch the opening.
Hand touching.
And she's not recoiling and spazzing out. It's crazy to act like a real married couple, right?
She's accepted the lewdness of hand holding. Everyone knows that's how you get babies.
No, I thought you get babies just by looking at each other in the eyes too long. That's why you're supposed to avert your gaze every 2 to 3 seconds. That was a fun little sequence.
Yeah. He's too peaceful in this shot.
Yes. Kyo.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Them bullets who's packing their heat.
Uh huh. Ooh, nice lips. Eat the. I was gonna say, are you gonna eat the tear?
That's what I thought too. Oh, uh-oh.
What is the meaning of this? Exactly what is written. Let us hear your reasons then. Major General, I have done all that I can do in my role as commander. What of your successor?
He's tall.
There is no one I can see in this position but you.
I disagree, sir. I have a successor.
Major Godo?
It's Goro.
Got it.
On his own.
Yeah, I learned he has more than one power
Its morale in my absence.
in this arc.
Commanded the unit and was able to successfully recover the captured emperor. I leave it to Godo. He has my full confidence.
Okay, but why are you quitting?
I can understand your feelings, but I cannot accept this so easily. Give me some time.
Is he gonna be unemployed while he's just married?
He's rich.
It's delicious.
Mr. Arata, your condition seems to
Oh,
be getting
Arata.
better today.
Indeed.
You know Arata's name?
Continue to pay me visits
No,
and
I don't know why,
attend
but I'm
to
blanking on his face.
Oh,
I might even start to enjoy.
he's not wearing his
being
glasses.
hospitalized.
Yeah. I'm not sure why, but he kind of looks a little generic.
Could I... May I ask you just one question?
Ask more.
Mr. Arata, did you aim to take down Naoshi Usui from the very beginning of cooperating with him?
The big questions are being asked.
To give you an explanation for this meal.
You better.
Everything began when Prince Takahito spoke of a revelation he'd received. A calamity approaches. I was surprised to hear Naoshi Usui's name.
Oh, he wasn't wearing glasses. It was just like he wasn't in a suit
Truly
today.
was a calamity. Usui wanted to defeat the Emperor and place the Usuba at the top.
Oh, that's the point of that.
Ability users to be the strongest in the Empire, and even after leaving the family, he could not rid himself of those values. I believe he saw bits of himself reflected in me. So on one particular day, he invited me to join him. The only one who can understand an Usuba's loneliness and true power is an Usuba. He could not
That,
fathom
I can
anyone
kind of
in
get
the
that.
bloodline would disagree with his philosophy, so he did not doubt my loyalty when I agreed to follow him. He never imagined that I would feign becoming his ally, only to strike him down when his guard was lowered.
But it wasn't.
So, I made preparations in case he discovered my plan. I had to strike down Usui as an Usuba. All was in service of that goal.
Mr. Arata,
You still don't ambush him now.
Nope.
For causing injury to Mr. Kudo, I beg your forgiveness. I injured him even knowing how much grief my actions would cause you.
He's a man, he can take it.
it hurt terribly. It was miserable. Never again do I want to experience something like that.
Lord Mio.
My mind is still plagued with thoughts. I cannot help but think that there must have been another way for Usui to atone without losing his life. Despite finally awakening the power of clear sight. At the end of it all, I was still unable to reach and change now.
That isn't her fault. That is his fault.
Oh, please do excuse me.
I think death was too kind of a sentence.
It is, but it still isn't her fault. It wasn't her responsibility to make him not be an ass.
Kudo,
Yes.
don't tell me that you've come to visit. You are sorely mistaken.
I don't blame you. You shoot me, I'm gonna have smoke for you the rest of my life.
Or at least for the next 6
Could it be
months.
that you two are heading out for a date?
But like, it's not even the first time he shot him though.
I
It's
know.
just like he fought him the first time in season 1, and now you shot me again in front of my girl, and then dragged me off in a humiliating fashion. I'm like, bro, I'd have smoke with you the rest of my life. I'm like, especially since she didn't tell me she loved me at the time yet. So I mean, I'm sitting in prison, all beat up, all shot up, knowing this dude wants to sleep with my wife. Nah,
I don't think he still wants to.
I don't know. I think he still got that thought demon on the inside.
You don't think he was just... I'm not sure he even sees Mio that way. I think he just thinks that might have been the Usuba thing to do. Like, if you inbreed. Because I never get romantic feelings from him for Mio.
I think it's just because he's more reserved and he has to be like an assassin. That just makes it harder for you to get like, because he's not going to be like super expressive like Godo, and he's not as ice cold as Kyoka. I think he's somewhere in the middle, and I think that he did show feelings for Mio, and that's why Usui thought he could pull him,
Mhm.
thinking that I know you want to have Mio for yourself.
That does make my skin crawl so much.
So yeah, so on top of is the fact that's the Usopp thing to do, I think he really did like Mio. And it's hard not to like a person, especially that's why I tell people that like love is never an accident. You don't fall into love. If you spend enough time around a person and you don't find them repulsive, eventually you'll grow to like that person a lot more.
But maybe not romantically.
In most cases, it'll be romantically. This is why old school people don't believe that boy-girl relationships can be platonic for very long, unless you like grew up with them. Like, oh, this is my sister. Like, you're both 6 years old, and you've seen each other since you were 6. So it's like, yeah, that's my 6-year-old. Like, play cousin, play brother, play sister.
Are the Ellos okay?
Right, if you'll excuse us.
I'll return another day, Mr. Arata.
Don't threaten him with a good time.
Good day.
Don't say that.
Jasmine said she needs two, a white one and a colorful one. Where's
Yes.
the fault with that? Colorful
Sis
ones
is back.
are far too antiquated.
Aw.
It should be white for
And
the
she has no
color,
bruises on her neck.
then a dress for everything else. Given that this is
Oh wait, she got a long neck. One of the bruises is still there.
the
Probably.
event is not one we can be proud of.
Listen, Mother, this is Mio's wedding.
It is not. This wedding is for the head of the Kudo family.
That is overlooking to say. Oh, now you can see them go side by side.
Mm-hmm.
My apologies for this, Mio darling. I called you here because I wanted to confirm the outfits today, but
Not at all. You all went out of your way to make time for me. Thank you so very much.
there are still decisions yet to be made, like whether you should wear a colorful kimono or dress. But there's something I wanted you to take a look at first.
The subtitles keep saying Uchikaka.
Yes, I was like, what in the world is that?
Let's find out.
Well, apparently she keeps calling it a dress or kimono.
Let's see. What is it, Uchikaka? I mean, it's probably a Eh.
I think it's spelled with 2 E's. Key. K-E-K-E.
No, it's a bridal kimono.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Are in order. I thank you.
and the audio isn't playing right now.
It is not.
The return of my cursed
There's
marriage.
something I wanted you to take a look at
There we are.
first. Miss Keiko? Yes, just a moment.
Huh?
Preparations are in order. I
Oh.
thank you for all of your patience.
Ooh.
Bright.
Aw.
It's
It's
a lot of fabric.
huge.
Yeah, it's a lot of fabric for a little Mio.
Beautiful.
I mean, aren't wedding kimonos often layered?
When she married into the Kudo
Mm.
family.
I've never
I
been
also
married
have
in
a
Japan.
sibling myself.
Are you truly giving me something so precious?
Of course. Mio dear, I would like to pass this on to you. Don't tell me you hate it.
Aw.
Well, it makes sense why it's so
No
big.
way. I could hate it.
Their entire family is a giant compared to Mio. The mother's tall too.
Mio?
The mother is still pissed off.
I'm so happy. The dress that my mother wore when she married into the Saimori family. It does not exist anymore. So I did not think there would be anything left that I
Aw.
could inherit from a loved one for my wedding day.
Oh, Mio. Goodness. All this fuss over a simple dress?
Sundere.
Thank you so very much.
Come now, Mother. I have it on very good authority from our own dear father that when you received this white kimono,
I'm sorry they caused such a ruckus.
Ooh, that was good.
I really enjoyed
This is the second time you see her eating it.
This takes me back. You had on Mitsu last time, too.
Oh, on Mitsu.
I had tea then as well.
Oh, to be honest with you, at that
I
time,
don't forget
I
food.
was so nervous that I could hardly taste anything.
Now taste it properly.
Num 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 num. Delicioso.
Yes. It's absolutely delicious.
That's so. I'm so glad. Looking back, I've certainly changed.
I don't know about you, but you remember back in high school, you had the English classes, and you had to do like the Shakespeare reads, and they read about like these very elaborate dinners, and they talk about like how loud or noisily people are eating food and all those different things, and how they said they used to use those for like euphemisms for other things. So that's the same thought I'm having here. Where I was just eating, saying it tastes so good. I'm like, I wonder if this is a euphemism in the thought process, just trying to be a nice, heartwarming moment, or am I thinking too dirty like Shakespeare?
I know what you're talking about. For me, it was Canterbury Tales,
Uh,
but this is not this. This is a wholesome show, except when it isn't. Except when you see Usui. Then it's very anti-wholesome.
Oh goodness gracious! I don't know why I still have that thought in my head. I hated English when I was in high school. Hated English most of my school career, but but as one little nugget in my information in my head that's always kind of like carried forward. Thinking about people violently and eating with gusto. I'm just like, that's the dumbest euphemism I've ever heard. But as I'm growing older, I'm like, I can see that. I can see why people talk about eating.
And eating.
Yes, and eating. So yes, that was the random thought that kind of went through my head, kind of skirted across. I was like, I know they're not meaning this, but I'm just like, this right here has so many innuendos. If you take back to like the normal literary meanings of like meals and dinners and stuff like that.
Changed quite a bit since then, haven't we? You smile so much more than you used to.
Yes.
I life's better now.
Oh.
Is everything all right?
Yes, I'm perfectly well.
Is he retired and spend more time with Mio, maybe?
Perhaps.
It's a car.
Yes.
Lord Takakura.
The suits are here.
The prince is here.
Please forgive me for the sudden visit.
Or not.
Just the
Your
suits.
being here can only mean this is a critical matter. Go ahead.
Today, I've come with a proposal about Lady Mio's future.
About my future?
Allow me to get straight to the point. The Imperial Ministry would like to welcome you into the palace.
Into the palace?
I'll start sweating too.
Of course, your fiancé is also invited. Major Kudo, you are always welcome. Yes. Until now, the Usaba were supposed to have a unique function within the country, being a deterrent to special ability users, including even the Imperial household, if necessary. However, what this recent incident made clear was that, with the existing governmental structure, we wouldn't be able to respond to a threat originating from the Usaba themselves, as we saw with Naoshi Usui. In order for the Imperial capital not to tread the same path twice, we must introduce the Usaba into our ability control system going forward, with the Imperial household at the top of this new supernatural abilities defense net.
I don't know how I feel about that.
It's centralization of power.
Lady
I
Mio,
don't like that.
we ask that you serve with your power under the Prince. We need your aid to preserve the peace in the Imperial capital.
That is quite...
You will not
I don't like
regret
it.
assisting us.
I don't like it.
As you provide care and service, I pledge
I don't like
that
it.
you will have no troubles in your life inside the palace.
Checks and balances. American privilege.
You have much to consider after my sudden request. I'll take my leave for today. Please excuse me. Take your time to consider.
You have no duty to them. Words I cannot read.
Goto family.
Thank you.
But
I can read the English version ones.
will you read the English version ones?
Yes.
Are you seriously quitting, Commander?
Yeah, I'm leaving.
His eyes are blue.
How terribly irresponsible of you.
Indeed.
Without you and the forces,
Sis
who's
Kudo
footsteps
has
am I
green
supposed
eyes.
to follow in?
I would think
Become your own
you
example.
understand yourself better, Godo. You were the one who showed me that the unit would be fine without me. You are a leader.
Huh?
In spite of the situation, you led our unit and rescued the Emperor. Make no mistake, Godo. You led us to victory that day. Have confidence. Godo, my being able to fulfill this role was thanks to you. And now, the time has arrived for you to inherit the position.
Give him a gun, not a sword.
Really?
Or both.
Yes, certainly.
If you say so.
Now cut Kudo down.
Mio would not be pleased.
Yes. But he is no longer needed. At least
In
most.
the army, for Mio.
Do you mind if I
Yes.
sit with you?
Not at all. It is warm tonight, isn't it?
Indeed. It almost feels like spring now.
By the
They're
way,
matching colors.
I've decided to quit the
Yep.
military.
Huh? Why would you?
I don't mean to surprise you. Even from the start, I do not believe I was ever meant to be a soldier.
But you have worked so hard for the military for so many years.
Yes, but originally, the thought of joining the military never even crossed my mind. Mio. What my heart desires is to live my life together with you. In order to protect this happiness we have together, I'd like to take some of the weight off my shoulders.
Okay.
You were leaving such an important role behind. Are you certain?
My only wish is to be with you.
Romantic, but not very efficient.
That's a nice way to put it.
That is
Compared to the way I was thinking about it.
I'll cheer you on in the loudest voice I can.
You'll still need something outside your marriage.
I'll cheer you on.
You need more than your partner.
Lord Kudo.
Doesn't have to be a job. It just has to be something.
I will gladly accept your cheering. So have you decided what you'll do? If you have any thoughts concerning the offer from Lord Takakura, I'd love to hear them.
She doesn't think she's worthy. Or maybe not.
I understand just how much kindness I have received from you in the very house where we sit. Through you, I have learned the immense joy of spending your days laughing with someone you deeply cherish. That is why I have no desire to leave our home.
That's good. Even though I don't agree with the reasoning, but
Very well.
Yeah, it's a random reasoning about the house itself. Because you can still bring your servant, and your visitor can still visit you. It's just an upgrade in real estate.
Lord Kudo?
You and I share the same.
Why do you, sir?
Let us stay here forever. We'll live all our days. Just you and me in our home.
Admittedly, it is very formal to keep calling him Lord Kudo. Lord Kudo.
it depends.
Calling him by Lord, your last name.
It is good to see.
It depends. Like I feel like
You'd want your wife to call you Lord Johnson?
no, but I think that Asian culture, unlike Westernized culture, where there's a clear hierarchy and role. This is not also just for Asian culture, but this is also true like when I was learning Spanish as well. So where like in English, for me to joke with my mother and like to joke with my grandfather and do those different things in English, I found that like my friends who are like first generation Americans, their parents and their parents' parents don't have those type of relationships. They see it as very odd. Like no matter, say for example, your grandmother does something like debaucherous, egregious. Like say for example, she takes one of your aunts. Just say your aunt's not married, and she sleeps with one of your aunt's boyfriends. And so you can't say anything to them because that's your grandparent. They have reverence. You can't say, you know, that's not right.
Really?
You can't. No, because it's looked down upon because they're your grandparents. They hold a high esteem. So whatever they do, debaucherous or egregious or not, you don't really respond to it. It's still that
So the
level of
steam removes every.
yes. The only person who can critique them is someone on that level. So a brother, sibling, husband, or a parent, right?
That's wild.
Yeah, and so that's true even like in Spanish. Like if you ever get really close to a family members, even though you might be close to them, you'll still never talk to their grandparents or their parents without using the formal tense. Where and like for example, with my mom, every time my friends came around, you can just call me Teresa. Like that was she was just say you can say those. Like you would never have to call her Miss what so and so. She's like, you just call me by my first name. If you do that much, I'll be happy because I've been disrespected where people call me everything but my name. If you can call me by my name, I'm happy by that. I think that's a very common, like westernized American. Well, I'm not sure if this was a full West, but I know at least in America, that's that equality of people, no matter generation, is more common, and that's not common in those spaces, especially probably in the time period we're looking at here. So I will see that like now in a marriage, we can see here that the men usually hold more power. So I can see that her calling him Lord Kudo may not feel like intimate, but
Because it's not intimate, it's formal.
yeah, it's very formal. And so you're like, I want the person that I'm committing my life to, my wife, to be a little bit more informal with me and feel comfortable. But I don't think that's the lens for the time.
I think it's also the case that calling him by his first name is very embarrassing. So she's not ready.
Yeah, I think again it adds into the idea of that informality between roles and power dynamics and relationships that we kind of take for granted, don't really think about in our day to day because if we're able to even like say crazy things about our supreme leader, the president, there's nobody else off limits. That's technically a part of our freedom of speech where we can say no matter how egregious and how wild it is, we can a 6-year-old can cuss out the president. And that's not illegal. They're not going to be disappeared for doing so. So I think it's just a different aspect in terms of like those interactions culturally.
Still, call him by his first name
Call him Kyoka.
soon. Hopefully next season. Hopefully by the end of next season.
Hopefully.
They graduated to holding hands and kissing. Next up, that's
Once. I think they kissed once.
Yeah, it still counts. They've still reached the barrier.
That's true.
If you kiss someone, you can call them by their first name.
I agree.
That isn't that high of a barrier.
I agree, but humans are some interesting creatures.
Yeah.
I've seen humans do some much more egregious things than just like, how does that make sense?
It doesn't.
It generally doesn't. But let's see what they say to the prince. But that was my thoughts. I'm like, I recently had this thought because I was like going back to my Spanish again. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Like you're talking to other people, like you would never just be like informal with another person's grandparents or parents. You always use a formal case. And I was noticing how that was so similar to like a lot of Asian cultures, namely Japan and China.
I noticed that Dad tends to use en a lot instead of nous.
I don't know what that means. I don't speak French.
Technically it's first person singular. No, it's the first person. No, it's third person plural, kind of like we, but nous is we. En would be also we, but it's the informal version of it. And I've been listening to my dad speaking French. He tends to use en a lot more. So that might just be a preference thing, or this might be a Parisian thing, possibly.
Perhaps.
Anyway.
Or also just the fact that now he's older in age.
Yeah.
So there's really no one at his level where he's like, I don't really need to be formal unless I'm like talking to like a politician or he's like, I say what I want.
Yeah. Oh, well, even then, Dad's pretty careful with how he says things, so that's kind of interesting. But yes, we will see what Mia's response will be to the prince. Probably will be a very polite no. Let's see how she words it.
Yes.
Audience today. I am humbled to be here.
Bow.
There's no need to be so formal with me. The both of you were burdened with Naoshi Usui because of me. You handled it magnificently.
I had no part in this success. Everything was only possible due to your highness and Mio's power.
Given the recent events, and no rest thereafter, my recent proposal...
The eyeshadow,
must have
lipstick,
been
and
your
girls' night
doing.
is still stuck in my head.
Kyoka,
But the masculine voice
could
is
you
throwing me
leave
off.
us alone for a moment?
Yes, of course, your highness.
Well, if you want to keep your head, Kudo. Makes
Be all
sense.
right.
Stay strong.
Some things must be difficult to say in front of him. Well then, Mio, please share with me your answer.
Regarding your Highness's proposal, this ability is too great of a weight for myself alone to shoulder. I understand that to create a new system of supernatural ability users, I should move to the palace. And I additionally understand that I should wield my powers well now that they've been fully awakened. However, to use any supernatural ability is to live at their mercy, and to be thrown into fights I have no interest in joining. The truth of the matter is that when a sword or a gun was pointed at me, my body felt as if it were frozen. I do not wish to be controlled by my supernatural abilities any longer. I do not wish to fight. And
Oh.
so if it is possible, I'd like to stop using my ability. This generous role that you have offered me is one that is too large for me to take on.
Okay, that's a better reasoning than the house.
Mm-hmm.
And more truthfully, I have found something important to me that I do not wish to let go of.
Is there a hair of highlights in it now?
Always
What is
has.
this important thing you have found?
Everyone has like one color highlight.
That would
Oh.
be
It goes across their head.
a happiness that I have found, a life of peace, surrounded by loved ones with Lord Kudo.
Are you sure that you are at ease with this?
And that's not to say that her idea. Well, her reason originally she gave Kudo was stupid to say no to, but that doesn't mean that I don't agree with the idea of the life that she wants to live. Because I kind of agree with her. All I want is peace. Stay where with my one spot. How most people say, I want to travel around the world, do all these different things. I'm like, no, I want to stay home. I want to watch Netflix. I want to look at my pool from time to time. Go down to my gym, and go back to my bedroom. I'm like, that would make a very happy 50 years of my life.
A happy Daquan.
She has a very happy Daquan. I can work out at home. I can fly people in. Family can come visit. They can come. We can have tons of food, lots of cookouts, lots of different things. You come to me. I don't really want to go to you. You come to me. I'll give you a room. I'll give you a space. You do all those different things. And we have a good time. I'm like, I don't want no drama, no problems, no arguing, no fussing. I don't really want to be here. I just want to sit in my house, go little places sometimes, and come back.
No fussing, no busting.
Mm-mm. So yeah, so the way she envisioned her life of peaceful, being around her loved ones, I agree. It's a happy life. Happy for me, at least.
Yes.
Yeah. Power smile.
I have heard you.
You understand no means no.
Mio, you enduring this incident was an opportunity, was it not, to see inside of your own heart, to see how you have changed over time. You found it, haven't you? The shape of your happiness.
Yes.
I've never heard happiness described with a
In
shape.
that case, dear Mio, not even I have the right to dampen your happy marriage.
Yes, you do. You're the emperor. You have the right to do whatever you want. Or the soon-to-be emperor.
Kyoka, I pray that you never let go of each other's hands.
Bath time.
It's only if they're dirty.
And they will get dirty.
Well, they're clean right now.
The Imperial capital is truly so vast and beautiful.
Yes.
It's like a watercolor painting.
Mio,
Yes.
Pretty sparse. Not any big buildings. I guess I'm using the cityscapes. Oh, it's pretty.
Oh, wow.
I thought it might suit you well.
I don't know why this reminded me of one of my classmates from high school. She was one of the most violent people I've ever met. If you got on her wrong side each day, her first response was to grab anything that was pointy. Sometimes it'd be a bobby pin, sometimes it'd be hair and things. Sometimes it'd be like someone's knitting needle. She's like, if you don't get out my face, I will dot you in your eye. I'm like, why are you so violent?
Because it gets
And so
results.
but I saw that and it was like super pointy. I'm like, I'm like, my classmate from high school couldn't have that because she would try to literally dot people or stab people in the eyes with that type of hair ornament.
I mean, hair ornaments are good weapons. Once. Because then it breaks. But for at least one attack, it's going to
Well,
hurt.
that looks like a quality hair ornament. I'm pretty sure.
An expensive attack, then.
Yes.
And then I sue you if they cost the hairpin.
Yes.
Could you imagine setting someone an artifact?
I can imagine that's happened in the past where archaeologists were arguing. Next thing you know, a tablet gets smashed. I didn't think it was going to crumble, but that means your head's too hard.
Oh, God. Now I want to watch The Mummy.
Are you giving this to me?
Yes.
Who else?
Is it to your liking?
I love it, thank you.
Is she wearing a... No, that's just a kimono.
Could you put it on for me?
Sure.
Slot. Ooh.
How do I look?
I can imagine you are using that as a weapon.
Does it
You're?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't she?
It does.
I think
You
so.
look beautiful.
Put you on the show.
You're a piece. Bringing all types of havoc. She could not be in this
But
show.
she needs a decent marriage.
She does.
You have a new hair tie for me.
Yes.
Twilight needs to be smacked.
Kudo, could you kindly turn around for me?
Yes.
And so does Anya.
Yes. A little bit of discipline would go a long way.
It
Hmm.
looks lovely on you.
Thank you. Mio, when I was captive, the ordinary days that you and I spend together are what I missed more than anything. I thought that being apart from you for a short time would be nothing to worry about. But now, I feel that I am completely worthless when I am without you.
That's a problem.
Oh, Lord Kudo.
Yeah.
Mio, you are my entire life.
I get this is meant to be romantic, but the codependency is creeping me out.
Marry me?
Oh, there it is.
A real proposal.
Yes.
Aww.
I'd be honored. I love you.
There it is. Oh, there it is. She said the thing. She said the thing.
She did say the thing.
And I love you.
And he
was
did the
kind of-
Han Solo thing,
Yes.
or not? No, that's I know. Not yes. I
I
love
know.
you.
I know.
Now keep calling him Kyoka.
Oh, hi, Kyoka.
There it is.
Good morning.
What's with the sub though?
Good morning to you.
Oh, no.
Wait, where are they?
Yes.
Home? In the
Could you share
backyard?
your thoughts with me? Can we plant a cherry blossom tree?
Huh?
I very much wish to commemorate our wedding.
Blushing.
Yes. I'd love that. What a truly beautiful idea.
Wonderful. In that case, let us do so.
Aw. Autumn leaves.
Yes.
So I guess this means the next season will be My Happy Marriage.
Yeah, because the proposal has been made official, so
It's cat.
2 cats.
3 cats.
Can't count
Now
to
1
4.
cat.
Well, 1 cat and 2 kitties.
Still 3 cats. Kitties are still cats. They're kitty cats.
Or they're kitten cats.
Fine, kitten cats. Aw.
She
She looks so content.
I'd be content petting my kitties.
Ooh. I forgot how beautiful this show is.
Mm-hmm. Because they had so much darkness and griminess from Usui.
Mm-hmm.
Usui made things grimy.
Aw.
Looks straight like a shoujo art
Yeah.
cover.
Now she has lips.
Mm-hmm.
Ayakuda.
Yes. That is the end of the season. That is crazy.
Too much time spent on Usui in the last episode. He should have gotten nothing. He
Yes,
deserves nothing.
that is true.
He should have gone to Jugoku.
Yeah, he shouldn't have died. There's other things they could have done to him that was much worse than death.
Hell is fine. Just not with his mother.
Yes.
Why does she get the mother?
Yeah.
I mean,
There's no, what they call it, penitence. Paying for your sins.
it's like, admittedly, the mother had a horrible husband in the first place.
Yes.
So Usui might be an improvement. But I still do not believe that.
I can't even take that with a straight face. He might be an improvement. I'm like, it seems like first we had the issue where Mio couldn't find any great female influences in her life because of her stepmother and her half sister. And then with Mio's mom, all the dudes are trash.
I know.
I'm like, wait, so they both got the same problem, but just different sexes. I'm like, what?
Do they have a generational curse or something?
It seems like it. I guess each generation it alternates the sex.
Yeah.
I'm just
Which
like,
means Mio's daughter will have problems with men again.
oh goodness gracious! So I guess she have to die single, and it ends after that. No kids. Oh my goodness, that would be terrible.
I hope no.
It's probably what like the nerfing part to kind of give the dream sight power less. You give them a generational curse that parents that goes with it. Because otherwise it'd be too OP.
That seems like something that actually happened. This is karmic balancing. Like,
Mhm.
you're so strong, so your
Yes.
life is shit.
Yes.
Specifically, your relationships are shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's. I do agree that the Usui tie-up was kind of like, I think it went a little longer than it should have.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been happier with a season end with the actual marriage, not just a proposal.
Yeah.
A wedding scene would have been
And
great.
also, I would have liked if the whole, like, the give the communion thing was a little bit less tied to him. Like, it was.
Yeah.
It seemed to me like he was working with them for his
Mhm.
own goals, because
Mhm.
Give the Communion was almost socialist in its essence.
Yeah,
How it
yeah.
wanted to like overthrow the hegemony that was like
Power
powers.
special ability users versus normies.
Yeah. Which, if you think about that, the idea that Usui wanted to put his abilities on top was almost like how some of these shows tend to do that, but then they say
Mhm.
they co-opt it by something else because they don't want to actually have to address that as an issue.
Yeah.
Like,
But
I'm not sure that wasn't the point. Obviously,
Yeah.
it was never meant to be the. It's always the show's core is about Kuro and Mio's relationship. So that was
Kudo.
good. Shit, I can't say his name.
That's fine. It's like me and the demon girl from whatever Radish name is. Radish family. What's up, family?
Wait, what?
The Radish family, the demon family that's
Oh,
that
her.
Jinwoo
Yeah.
saved.
I can't remember either her names anyway. But
These
yeah,
are ours. Sounds like food.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like, what was it? Now I lost my thoughts.
Or you're saying how the core of the show is about the relationship between Mio
Yeah.
and Kudo.
So the fact that
Not the gift of communion
Yeah.
and like people having different things,
Mhm.
having their movement co-opted with the
all the politics are related to side dressing, so it's like I
Yeah.
can accept that. But still, I thought that might have been an interesting thing to maybe direct two problems to deal with.
Yeah, but I think that's not too far from reality in general. I think most people usually stir up the masses because it's power in numbers.
Yeah.
And then you have the hypocrisy where the leaders are benefiting the most and the people who are actually fighting for the cause are duped and left with nothing and less in a worse situation they were before.
I'm not saying it's unrealistic. I'm just saying I don't want to. I saw too much Usui.
Yeah.
And I would have appreciated if there was another part to it. So we had to deal with him on top of that.
Yeah. But no, like I said, I think one of the things you pointed out when we were watching season 1 together, before we had the channel, and had you guys here hanging out with us, was that's how you can tell it's good writing, right? If they make you hate the person enough, that means they had given you enough of substances of the person where you're just like, I really don't like these qualities. They're becoming too vivid where it's like, get off my screen. I'm tired of the grimy feeling that every time words come out your mouth, I feel dirty.
Yes, he's expertly written. I just want him away. You're doing nothing wrong. I'm just...
Well, he's been cooked for good, so...
Is it really cooked when he gets to be with his mom in the afterlife? When he gets to be with his loved one, Mio's mom in the
Yeah, his
afterlife.
obsession. Yeah.
It is too good for him.
I guess that's put for the title. That's too good for him. Even though he doesn't show up in this, in this one, he only shows up in words.
Title of the episode is Usui should have gone to Jiguku.
Okay, I have to spell check that, but okay.
Jiguku is just Japanese hell.
Oh, cool.
I just like to say the word. It's fun.
No, yes, I don't know. I'm pleased. I was happy. People in the comments might get mad, but show your outrage. Justify. Maybe I might change my mind. People were saying that Blue Box was the best romance anime.
Why are you bringing that up here?
Because this right here, both of them were showing up on Netflix. Both of them are a comparison. They're both inside the same genre.
Oh, that's
people
why.
were watching them at the same time, and it seems like everyone's skipping over My Happy Marriage, but people are saying Blue Box is the best one. I'm like, it was okay, but this was better in my opinion.
I need to finish Blue Box, but I like this more than Blue Box. Blue Box, not Box.
Play the phone mobile game.
Come on, let's put Blue Box. Put one here, then here, then here.
Yes. Yes.
One day, Minecraft. One day.
But yeah, no, that's the reason I brought it up, because they're both a Netflix series. They're both animes that Netflix was able to buy. Both of them the romance thing. Because before, I mostly watched shonen. I liked strong people, punch in the face. Pretty happy. So I'm basically describing my hero, like Smash. but then I saw this show. I was like, maybe I should probably look at broaden my horizons a little bit more. And so like My Happy Marriage definitely broadened that horizon. I don't know whether or not because it's the first, but I just thought it was so well done. It wasn't expected to be that good, and that because it was good, I was like, yeah, I'm like,
I still can't believe that magic was the twist.
yes. Because you start off, you didn't watch the opening or watch the previews, you didn't expect any of it.
No,
You're
I
like,
watched
oh.
openings. And I still was surprised.
Well, that's a good thing. So you had that nice twist.
It's like, it's supernatural?
Yes. I thought that was a nice twist too.
I know, like, the world building is fine in the setting. It's so good. Like, it isn't tacked on, but you can almost assume it could be tacked on because you can remove the concept of it and replace it with pretty much any other form of like structured power.
Yeah, because the supernatural conflicts aren't even real conflicts. The conflicts are the relationships. You're just like, I hate this person for treating this person this way, and it's irrespective of the supernatural ability. It's just the fact that like they're using it as like as a jump point or as like a kindling or a spark to kind of like progress things.
Yeah. And I imagine if you wanted to replace the supernatural abilities with extreme will, for example, of the nobility, like or maybe even the bourgeoisie, if you wanted that, because this clearly isn't exactly Japanese history, because there's no way that you can keep up something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can, because for some reason in like Demon Slayer, like they're still in Taisho era Japan, despite there being actual Oni. But it's like, all right.
That's true.
It is possible they could just wing it. But anyway, my thing is, I'm sure that even if they decide to remove the magic angle, they still could have done something just as well.
That's true, because I think I said, when I watched the first 2 episodes of season 1, I already said this was pretty good. And then when I saw the powers come in, I still said, this is even better. So I was already, even though there was no supernatural abilities coming in, just from watching the first 2 episodes, I was already pretty hooked. So it means I didn't even need the supernatural abilities. I just knew that stepmom was trash, stepsister was trash. Dad made me want to pimp slap him because I'm just like, how are you going to do your daughter that way? I'm like, you're her biological parent. I'm like, why are you not taking care of your child? I'm like, I can understand the stepmother a little bit more because she's like, that's not my child. But I'm like, the level of neglect just made me angry.
Yeah. I hope the stepsister comes back though, because I want to. Now that the marriage has kind of been stabilized, I love. No, what if during the wedding ceremony she comes back? Can you imagine that?
Yeah, especially if she's still discontent about the person that she wound up choosing
Or-
to try to trick me out of. And so now that she sees this, she could have had Kudo instead. So trying to see her try to sabotage the wedding would kind of be a...
I don't think sabotage. I want her to actually have improved herself.
We'll
Because
see.
she was only trash because her mother refused to give her any sense of self-esteem that wasn't breaking Mio down. Because Mio has the trash sister has the Saimori powers.
Yes.
So there's no reason why she couldn't also maybe go on an opposite way. Like, Mio doesn't want to deal for powers. The sister could have said, no, these powers are a gift, and I want to use them to help make myself a better person. And I'm curious to see like how the situation with the boy toy will... I can't remember his...
Yeah, I can't remember around here name either.
Yeah, but
All I remember, he gave her candy.
yeah, like... I'd like them to have fallen in love and have some sense of happiness too, just because the parents were the real issue.
The parents were the real issue. He was just weak, and she was just a product of her environment and her rearing.
Yeah,
So.
and to some degree, if she gets some separation from them, she should be able to recover. And I want to see that because so far everything has been rather emotionally resonant and satisfying to me. And I think that would be the best case scenario because...
Yeah, you want the best in people. You want to see growth.
Yeah.
She does. I think we talked about this before, that she does have the path for the best redemption arc. Whether or not she takes it and does like the Zuko route where it goes from arch nemesis to friend.
She doesn't even have to go that far. She doesn't need to be Mio's friend. She can just show that I've improved myself, and also I wish the best of you. And I think even just that passing line, just in the show, is saying, "Hey, I'm happy for you, Mio," would just be great.
I guess I might have higher expectations of family than I guess most.
I mean, that's the best.
Especially his sister.
That is the best case scenario, yes. But I get to see that. I can see if she could never necessarily be Mio's friend, but she could be a better person. But yes, best case scenario would be she becomes Mio's friend. Mio gets another like female support character that will also help make her life better. Because I think that might also make Mio even happier, like realizing, oh wait, my sister is back now. We're friends again. She's a nice person.
Or it could be the stark contrast too, where again, family is what you make it, right? The one versus the given family that she was given, which was absolute trash, and the one she chooses to make between her husband and now her sister-in-law, Sis Kudo.
But yeah, but family, your given family might be trash, but your given family can also become better.
Yeah.
And I want the best case scenario for...
Yeah. But I'm just saying, I'm just pointing out multiple things that can kind of also be true, where you have the contrast, you can have the best case scenario.
Yeah. Anyway, I think overall, I'm rather satisfied with this show, and
Same.
I'm excited for season 3, which will hopefully come out not too much in the future.
Hopefully. And yes, you can come at me. I still think by far best romance anime, My Happy Marriage, hands down.
I haven't watched enough to contest it, but this is my favorite. Except maybe Spice and Wolf. That just has bias for me. I can get you don't like that. I'm not arguing.
It's not that I don't like it, because I've watched all of it. And I can see where you're coming from. The slice of life, but I don't consider it really romance. It's there.
It's more slice of life.
But it's more slice of life. Just because, like, the MC is too oblivious.
I just like Holo.
Yes, Holo's great. She's been alive long enough to actually play the tricks and do the things. So it's been very interesting to watch her deal with a much younger man. But
significantly.
But yeah, so it's just like, yeah, Holo's great, but like I said, I don't consider it to be romance. I think it's a little bit of a different feel. There's romance that pops up in there eventually,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not the full feel that I get. Because I think he realizes he likes Holo by the end.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, okay. So now you took this long to realize this, and so it took her getting upset all these different times. And I'm just like, well, you're both adults, so you could have had these conversations sooner.
Yes.
Where for this one, this conversation was already started by the fact that it was an engagement from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So it made it very much upfront about this about the relationship. So they had to work about those emotions, and that's why I'm like, oh, she finally admitted that she loves Kyoka. Kyoka's already admitted where he's like, yes, I used to be seen as this cold dude, but I want to let you know first, even if you don't tell me, that I love you. Even though I'm like about to be dragged off in this humiliating way after being shot a few times, I'm gonna just let you. I can't leave here knowing that I never told you the truth.
Mm-hmm. I guess it shows the power of an arranged marriage as a narrative device.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can force romance into a situation.
Yes.
Not force, you can put on like railings to make it more
For the
like
relationship,
organic.
yeah. Because like obviously we questioned with Kudo's mom Kudo,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like where she talked about sometimes those relationships come without love. And we were saying that was kind of insinuating that her marriage was seen as more political. She took her Kudo marriage as something serious, as a burden. But listening to Sis Kudo talk about the dress,
Yeah, I wonder about that.
I wonder
now.
if it's just her mask of trying to show.
Yeah, I feel like she's also trying to cope as in like this is the role she should be. She shouldn't be happy. She shouldn't be viewing this dispassionately.
Yeah,
but even she actually likes it.
yeah. So I think it creates a lot of questions. I think even for like, for example, if a teenager watched this, for example, like if I had kids and I had like teenagers talking about relationships, I think this would be a great conversation starter to talk about like looking at relationships, being vocal, having communications, realizing that you don't want to have regrets, being intentional,
Mm-hmm.
recognizing that no one really knows what's going on in your mind until you tell them,
Mm-hmm.
conflict resolution skills,
Mm-hmm.
comfort in being yourself, accepting who you are, your own background, your own shortcomings, your own strengths, your own weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's just like, and then plus it's fun to watch. It's pretty to look at. The music is very soothing. I think it's just it's a classy act, class one act, first class act. That's what I was going for, first class act. I like
Fourth
class.
time.
Yes, I like class A, class one, first class.
Class 1A.
Yes.
Class 2B.
So yeah, so I think it's a great device for, and also to have a romance anime that's not like ecchi.
Are most romance ecchi?
I don't think so, but I had this misconceived notion that like if I was watching a romance anime, it would either be very ecchi-esque or be very shoujo, whereas like the reverse harem, whereas the one girl trying to pick all the guys.
Well, in the case, a lot of ecchi shows aren't necessarily romance. Like, take High School DxD. It's very much not a romance.
Yeah.
It's harem and it's ecchi, but there's no romance.
That's true. Well, I've never seen, so I don't know.
I think I watched one episode.
I think I may have tried to watch one episode, but never got to. I think I tried.
I do like harem sometimes too, but it's never feels romancy. Like it's
Yeah.
always more like about the girls' bodies or about the guys' lust versus the actual
Yeah.
feelings.
And this one is the exact opposite. It's really no lust at all. And it's like really defrosting the personalities and molding
I
personalities.
have no clue what even Mia's body looks like under her clothes.
That's true.
And I don't mean that
Well, you get-
perverted.
you
I don't
get
mean
it.
that
That's
pervert.
true.
I'm just like, genuinely, I do not know what their body look like undressed, which is impressive considering. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I imagine Kyoka is rather muscular under his face.
Mm-hmm.
They probably don't show that. They probably try and keep the very pretty boy aspect that is in his face too. But he probably has some decent body.
He's pretty strong, so we know that he has some musculature.
Yeah. And Mia would be.
Well, they make comments talking about she's very frail.
So I
We can
wouldn't be
see
surprised.
she's short in stature,
Mhm.
so we can see those different things.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Mia just is almost still underfed.
I think at this point she's not very, because she seems to be enjoying her food and eating quite a bit.
Yeah,
now.
so
Um,
she's probably rather alive.
hmm She's just not a large person.
Mhm.
She's a petite. Some people like them snack size.
Mhm.
One of my favorite commentators on YouTube He's like 6'3". He likes them like 5 even. If they're 5 foot even, if they're 4 foot like 11, 4 foot 10, he says he wants to snatch them up. So some people like them snack size. Kyoka must be one of those people because their entire family are huge. The mom's huge, sister's huge, he's huge.
Mom, we need contrast. Stat. We can't all be blonde and blue-eyed. They're going to think we're American.
Well, they're green-eyed.
Fair enough.
Yeah, sis Kudo and mom Kudo are green-eyed.
Green, blue, the same thing. It isn't Chinese. King.
I feel like there's supposed to be some Asian islands like the Samson Islands or something like that, where they're dark-skinned, blue-eyed people with ginger hair.
That's fun. Make an anime about that.
Yeah, and I feel like people were talking about like people thought pictures and like documentaries of those people weren't real until people started realizing it was a real place, and these are just features that, because of like the bottleneck effect for genetics, the people just happen to have this weird combination of genetic features that turn into phenotypes.
Isn't biology fun?
Absolutely, that's why I do it for a living.
Real doctor here, or soon to be.
Soon to be. But yeah, so I think that's all I have. Though, like I said, that's First Class. I'm satisfied. My favorite for right now.
Let's see. Was there anything else I wanted to bring up? I said there was more of the chicken of the arms. That was just a fun visual.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen more like. No, yeah, that's the whole thing. I would have guessed I would have liked more diversity in the demon design because they were all pretty much the same, like big, smoky-eyed, one horn, red eyes, and I just like. There's so much variety in demons, and especially Oni, like that, are seen in Japanese folklore and stuff. I just thought they could have gone a little bit more, but once again, that wasn't the point. The demons existed for a purpose of being a threat and being an excuse. But if we were just saying, if I could have anything else, I would have kind of wanted a little bit more in that. And maybe, I don't know. It's not a big thing. It's just a little bit extra. I'd be like getting on some Old Bay spice to your eggs. You don't need it, but it makes it taste just that much better.
Okay. Well, for those of you who don't know, that's a Maryland specialty. So if you come to Maryland, you'll know.
Location outed.
No, it's not. He just might be a person who loved when you were in Maryland.
Fair enough. Anyway. So without further ado, that wraps up our watch through of My Happy Marriage Season 2. Thank you so much for watching this. If you like what you see, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And if you want to give us a little bit of support, we have a Patreon down there. And it has a list of all our videos that we have. It's currently up to date right now. And also it has fresh content that you would never see anywhere else. So please check it out if you like a commentary or anything.
And always catch you at the next hangout session.
Well,
Later.